we sit just 4 quarters away from the end of the season for either Fountain Central and the Mustangs or the Stars of Western Boone. Hello, everybody. Welcome in here to Daniel Finch and Tyler Brunny, bringing you the action here from Stephen Wall Gymnasium. The first time the Stars have ever hosted sectionals. We've got 2A sectional 38 action coming ahead of us between these two 10-win teams.
Yeah, Fountain Central first, 10-14 on the year. A team that Western Boone saw in this year pretty much handled well, but a couple of key players weren't in that game that are going to be in the game for the Mustangs. I think Andrew Shaby, the leading scorer for the Mustangs, about 15 points a game. Then we go to the 6'6 freshman, Mason Larkin, about 8 points, 4 rebounds a game, a couple key contributors that weren't there for the Mustangs. So even though the Stars handle them, it's a new team that they're going to be facing in the sectional battle.
Yeah, and as for Western Boone, some key players, of course, Cortez Stoudemire. He really struggled against last Friday against Clinton Prairie. Only 12 points, still the leading scorer on the team, but that was just a game that he really struggled in. Shooting-wise, didn't shoot very well. Spencer Wright only had 4 points that last Friday. He's going to be a key here, especially on defense, trying to shut down the offense of Fountain Central. And then Jonathan McAtee's been shooting really well, very efficient here throughout the last few weeks. Since he got back from that midseason hand injury, he has been shooting very efficiently here, and he's going to be huge for the Stars.
Yeah, for the Stars, as he mentioned, Dan was talking earlier, Stars shooting 3 for 27 from 3, 25% as a whole for the game for the Stars. The efficiency obviously going to have to go up, but they're also going to realize that it's going to be more on the defensive end, let a lot of easy layups, and let Clinton Prairie, a team not known for shooting threes, catch fire, really. So the efficiency on defense and offense is going to be a key factor if the Stars want to pull out a win here.
Now, as for this game in front of us, of course, the Stars, they won the last time these two teams met. The Stars won that game pretty handily. And looking at some of the numbers here in that game specifically, some of the key contributors here, we mentioned Spencer Wright. He had 21 points on the game. Cortez Stoudemire had a big output as well. And the team as a whole shot really well. Here, effective field goal percentage was 57% when they played Fountain Central last. That statistic, of course, takes in the 2-point field goal and the 3-point field goal together to bring us to that 56% number. And really, the Stars, they shot really well the last time these two teams played. It's going to be key for them to continue to shoot well in this game, trying to rebound after that rough game against Clinton Prairie last Friday. As for Fountain Central, they really found their groove shooting from threes the last time these two teams played, which, by the way, was here at Stephen A. Wall Gymnasium. So for the Stars' defense, some keys to the game here for their defense first, apply pressure, because Fountain Central struggles with pressure, and they will throughout the game. They have throughout the season. That's just been one of the low points of their offense here, is this trying to adjust to pressure. Now for the Stars, also talking to Coach Burkett before the game, he says their defense is going to try to mix up what they're doing, whether it's going from a 2-3 zone to man-to-man, a couple different looks. He said unless one is absolutely crushing it, we're likely going to see multiple different looks on defense here, just trying to change up what they're giving the offense of the Mustangs.
Then you look at some of the offensive keys, on the other hand, for the Mustangs. Get on the perimeter, shoot a lot of threes, shooting 30%. Majority of their points come from three-point land, and also just be efficient on offense. Worked on that press break, I'm sure, since the last time these two teams have played. Western Boone forced 25 turnovers for the Mustangs. Working on that press break, expecting it, and just staying calm with the ball, staying early. It's going to be against a home crowd, neutral site for Western Boone, but hosting the sectional, so that home crowd advantage still will be with them. Just calming the nerves, getting it done, and a little bit of youth for this Fountain Central team. Only one senior starting, Jake Smith. They have a freshman starting, Mason Larkin, as you mentioned, so a little bit younger in this all-senior team, really, except for Jonathan McAtee for the Stars. See if that veteran experience pays out at all early in the game.
Yeah, as for Western Boone, looking at their schedule, just the recap of this year, they started the season 0-3, and then they won 5 of their next 6 games. The Stars team's been very streaky throughout the season, even throughout their individual games. So after that 5-6 streak, they lost 3 straight games. They won 3 straight games. They lost 4 straight, and then here as of late, they're 2 of 3 in their last few games, including that loss at Clinton Prairie, who is in this sectional 38. Here just a few moments ago before this game, Rossville defeated Carroll in a game that Rossville got ahead pretty mightily early, and then Carroll fought back. It ended up being a 5-point game late. So Rossville will advance. They will play Seeger here on Friday at 6 o'clock. As for this game, the winner of these two teams will play Clinton Prairie, who the Stars just lost to by a score of 59-43 last Friday. So if the Stars do get past this game, they face a team that they played just a week ago. Fountain Central, of course, looking to take this game as well, but Clinton Prairie, the favorite for this sectional, and the winner of these two teams will head and play them 7:30 on Friday.
Big momentum game for both these teams. Like you mentioned, lost in the Clinton Prairie pretty handily. Fountain Central losing by about 25. So big momentum, work good here. You get that rush where you feel like you can take on anyone. Western Boone knows they can stick around. Fountain Central knows they can stick around with Clinton Prairie. And it's just going to be about getting this game, working out the kinks in this game, winning it, getting to that favorite matchup in the semifinals. Executing your best throughout sectionals, really.
Yeah, right now they're announcing the starting lineups on the floor, starting with the players who are not starting. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for Western Boone, just the starting five.
Jonathan McAtee, Jr. Cortez Stoudemire, Senior. Connor Hull, Senior.
Spencer Wright, Senior.
Jake Jones, Senior.
All right, there you go, your starting five for Western Boone. The top four that you always see, of course, with Stoudemire, Hull, Wright, and McAtee. And you've got that fifth player, and there's Jake Jones. He's been in a rotation this year with Wethington and Freeman, but Jake Jones gets to start tonight after scoring 12, tied for the season high at Clinton Prairie on Friday. Now looking at the schedule here for Fountain Central, they're 10-14 on the year. They started in a tournament out of state all the way over in Illinois. They went 1 for 2 in that tournament, and then they've just been back and forth. Win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, win. Just really, literally back and forth throughout the season where the Stars have been streaky. Fountain Central has been back and forth now. Looking at the last three, Fountain Central lost to Clinton Prairie on the 25th. Big surprise. They lost at Southmont on the 22nd, and then a win at North Vermilion here. Clinton Prairie, of course, they are the favorite in the sectional because they beat every other team in the sectional, including Western Boone and Fountain Central as of late. They defeated Rossville in overtime, defeated Carroll twice, and of course Seeger as well. And now we're getting into the starting lineup for the Mustangs here.
Looking through the starting lineups, you mentioned the leading scorer for this team didn't seem the first time Western Boone played him. Andrew Shavy, the 5'10 junior. Carson Everly, the leader of this team, really the junior point guard, majority of the ball handling. We got Colton Robinson, a 5'10 junior. Mason Larkin, the tallest man on the court, the freshman, 6'6 Mason Larkin. And then the lone senior starting for the Mustangs, 6'3 Jake Smith.
Looking at some numbers here, the Stars, their strength of schedule this year in the state of Indiana, their strength of schedule ranking 171. So they have the 171st hardest schedule, okay, and that doesn't really sound that bad until you look at Clinton Prairie and Rossville. Prairie is 369th on their rank, and Rossville is 310. So the Stars in the 100s, and those two other top teams in this sectional, they are in the 300s. The Stars have played a really tough schedule here, and we'll see how that plays into their experience tonight.
While the Stars have, as you mentioned, played some 2A teams, being in the Sagamore Conference preps them for matchups like this. Playoff atmospheres, every conference game playing against 3 and 4A schools, playing against teams like Zionsville and Westfield that's prepped them for this game and for pressure situations.
Winning the tip is the Stars wearing blue. They will be facing off against the Mustangs in white.
Mustangs look like they're running a 3-2 zone to start out the game. Like we see a lot of zone from both of these teams.
McAtee has the ball right now, and the Stars looking to generate some offense, but the zone's been closing up most of the opportunities here. We got a double dribble from Connor Hull, first turnover of the game, and Fountain Central will have the chance to start the game off with the first score.
Saw quite a bit of those turnovers on Fridays you mentioned versus Clinton Prairie. Stars at not averaging many, only around 11 a game, compared to Fountain Central 17, but a little bit of sloppy play Friday. Like to see that not carry over into this game.
Stars on defense right now. Looks to be a man-to-man front.
Stars are well outscoring Fountain Central on the team. Daniel, likely be an offensive battle for them.
Here's Spencer Wright with the dunk. He converts it, the first score of the game and the first time Spencer Wright has dunked this year after trying almost every single game. He gets it on his first opportunity tonight.
As you mentioned, Nathaniel, Larkin goes up for a three here and responds right away.
So Wright with the dunk, and you saw Mason Larkin with the three. The three-pointer will give the Mustangs the lead. Stoudemire from his favorite spot on the court, and he makes it. The Stars shot 3 for 27 as a team last Friday. Stoudemire did not make any three-pointers, and there he makes his first shot of the game.
This game starting out high-paced already. A couple made shots for the Stars, 1 for Fountain Central. And that's expected for the Stars, a high-paced offense, averaging about 60 a game.
With the left-hand layup is Carson Eberly. And now we're all tied up at 5. Now Stoudemire with that three we saw earlier. That area of the floor, the Stars shot 50% from the last time these two teams met. And that, of course, is one of their better spots on the floor throughout the whole season. Here's a three off the backboard but missed.
And a foul on Jake Jones reaching in after the rebound by Eberly. First foul by either team here.
Fouls on Western Boone's number 24, Jake Jones. Gonna be his
so now we will see Shaby inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Some press that we talked about is going to be huge for the Stars, trying to apply pressure against a team that's really struggled mightily throughout the season, trying to cope with all this pressure.
And Larkin there kind of lands on Wright. It's going to be Wright's first foul for impeding Larkin's route to the basket.
Well said, Tyler. Bit of a tough call there, but only the second foul called this game. Here's Fountain Central. Inside is Eberly, but he's forced to take it back out. Well played defense by Jonathan McAtee. Here's a two, and it's in. Jake Smith just overpowers Jake Jones. Here's McAtee for a three from the right wing, but missed. The Stars are down on the scoreboard. That one would have put them ahead, but McAtee not able to convert. Here's a three of their own. That one's in from Andrew Shaby, the 5'10" junior, son of head coach Phil Shaby. What a shot from him.
Shaby, 40 made three-pointers on the year, 35%.
McAtee's going to drive inside, stops, pops, and makes two. It's a three-point game.
Yeah, good fake there by McAtee. Took the three last time, got Smith up in the air. Easy to drive around for a little floater there.
Nearing the halfway mark. 17 points scored total here in this first quarter. Here's Eberly working on Stoudemire. Goes up for the floater, but missed. Rebound by Spencer Wright. Wright. Hole, now back to Wright. Wright looks for two, but is fouled on his way up to the basket. He will have two free throw opportunities.
First foul for Fountain Central on the day is going to be on Larkin.
On the Mustangs, number 32, Mason Larkin, his first, team first. At the line is 21, Spencer Wright.
We'll see Spencer Wright from the line, and looking at his numbers from the free throw line this year. Tyler, if you want to take care of that.
Yeah, Wright shooting from the line, as he mentioned, about 65%, gone down the last couple of games after some cold nights from the free throw line, but he's going to make that first one. Was up around 70, 75 range, had a couple of rough nights. Speedway versus Clinton Prairie, as mentioned, the free throw line. But overall, consistent shooter and a consistent shooting team. Burkett really harps on free throws, shooting about 70% on the year of the Stars.
We've got a two-point game here, one-on-one under the basket with a step, with the block, and it's missed. Stoudemire has the ball after a little bit of contact there, going up for the ball. He will go for two, and is blocked on his own. Mason Larkin will be the one to cause the block, and then there a charge.
Larkin, the tallest player the Stars have seen in a while, 6'6", the freshman. A new look for the Mustangs, who didn't have a lot of height the last time these teams played.
Once again, pressure applied. This offense gets through it, though. From the corners, 3 missed. Shot taken by Shaby, but that one's in. And a timeout call. We have a 5-point game. Coach Burkett forces the whistle to be blown, and we will remain here after Fountain Central. They scored 12 early in a really nice first quarter for them. Still 3:17 to go. Might we see some more fireworks here from that team that's been struggling so far this year? You saw the dunk there from Spencer Wright, his first dunk of the year. He's been trying that one out for weeks on end now and finally was able to pull it off.
Mustangs starting out hot in this game. Only put up 41 in the game versus the Stars already 12 in the first quarter. They're only averaging 46 on the year, but starting out hot. Sectional play, you get the adrenaline pumping. Daniel, anything can happen. Burkett not liking what he sees there. A couple offensive possessions, offensive rebounds for the Mustangs. Going to group his team together, get them slow down a little bit, and get a set play on offense here.
The Stars will have the ball after the first timeout called this game with Cortez Stoudemire. Jake Jones with the ball, goes inside, looks for 2, up and over, but is missed. Rebound by Hull, and he's blocked again. The second block by Mason Larkin today. And that's 6'6" size really showing off. Foul called though. It'll be Spencer Wright with his second. That one was a block.
Going to be his second foul.
Might we see Wright head to the bench here after 2 quick fouls? Yes, we will. Him and Jones take a seat. In comes Jonathan McAtee again, and then Caleb Freeman. Fountain Central, the pass blocked by Stoudemire, stolen by McAtee, who goes inside. Will be called with the block, will be the defense of the Mustangs, and McAtee sent to the line for 2.
Foul's going to be on Shaby, his first. So McAtee free throw line, as you mentioned. Daniel, about a 60% shooter on the year. Doesn't get a lot of opportunities, only 16 shots on the year.
Makes his first.
Yeah, McAtee been shooting with a lot more confidence in all areas of the court recently. Had 10 versus Clinton Prairie, been in double figures a lot of times recently. And ever since that hinge injury, as you mentioned, been putting up some good numbers, been shooting with confidence, and a huge asset for this team.
His field goal percentage, almost 40%. That's on the whole year. As the total makes both of those, brings this game within 2 in the early onset of the first half. Bringing the ball up will be Shaby. Here's a 3 after his defender fell, but the shot missed by Shaby and a foul called.
Gonna call that foul on Smith. They're trying to box out. Hull fell down, foul called. Now both teams 3 apiece.
Jake Smith sent to the bench after his first foul called. Coming in is Cole Kirkpatrick, the 6'2" junior, in his replacement. And now we'll see what the Stars can do on offense.
A little token press there. Not really much pressure, but more just for show.
Stoudemire almost thought of taking the deep 3. Instead, he'll pass it off. This time he'll take it, though, and it bounces around, but bounces out. It'll remain Western Boone possession.
Stoudemire comfortable with shots from that deep. Seen him hit him. That's about his favorite spot. Daniel, that left corner. There consistently, he can make that shot, so Burkett not afraid or upset with that deep 3. Gonna call a foul on Kirkpatrick there, his first of the game.
Looking at the shooting chart for Stoudemire from that area, he's taken 2 threes today, 1 for 2, but on the year, 48 shots from that left wing, and in that area, he's 35% shooting. Here's the shot, is in, the 3-pointer from number 3.
Fountain Central get a little lost there. Good play called by Burkett, and leaves Stoudemire wide open free, something the Mustangs can't allow to happen too often in this game.
Going inside, but loses the ball, stolen. Stoudemire comes up with it after it was lost by Colton Robinson. Connor Holt goes inside, looks for two, misses it. Putback is in by Caleb Freeman. And just like that, the Stars have barged back into this game, and they're up by 3 after that 30-second timeout called by the Mustangs. 91 seconds to go here in the first, Tyler. What do the Fountain Central Mustangs have to do to take this lead back?
Fountain Central, as you mentioned, getting a little rushed there. A couple turnovers last possession, big factor in the first game. They have to just take a deep breath, guess what the timeout's for, slow them down a little bit, know that that press is going to come after a made basket, and then on defense, run in that 3-2 zone. It's going to allow, they're going to try to get the Stars out on the corners, but when you do that, you have to realize there's going to be shooters like Cole, McAtee, and Stoudemire that can't hit those threes consistently. You got to make sure to close out and stay on a man at all times in that zone.
Back onto the floor we go, and interesting enough, the Stars, they're of course hosting this whole thing. They are home on the scoreboard, but they're wearing the away jerseys. Not often we get to see these blue jerseys at home. I like it. I'm a big fan of their blue jerseys. Mustangs, of course, sporting that white color with the gold, Vegas gold. Pass tipped out of bounds by Morton. Retains in possession of the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's what Burkett loves about Morton, why he's been seeing more minutes lately. The spark he provides on defense. He doesn't make mistakes on offense often, goes in defense, plays aggressive, not afraid to get fouls, get in there. Need that effort, especially in a game like this where momentum's huge and you want to get that little edge.
With the inbound is the Mustangs, starting things about 3/4 of the way down the court. A minute to go in the first quarter of the second game, Sectional 38 basketball. Quite a bit of passing this drive. Looking for that perfect shot, 45 seconds to go.
Stars probably trying to get Shaby or Larkin in the corner on the wing for a 3. That's what they've been trying to do most of the game. Good defense by McAtee, though.
It will remain in possession of the Mustangs. A pretty long possession here after the Stars have forced the ball out of bounds twice now.
Mustangs likely going to just take it ball back up to the top and try to run an offense for the last shot of the quarter. Instead, Larkin's going to travel. It's going to be Western Boone ball.
Here after our late start, 30 seconds to go in the first. 15-12 the score. And the Stars ahead with 30 seconds to make a move here.
Stars going to sit here for the last shot. See this play a lot. Eventually give Stoudemire the ball with about 10 seconds left. Let him drive to the left. Get an open 3 or a layup, which he does a good job of finding.
He's got 10 seconds over to Hull, back to Stoudemire. You mentioned 10 seconds left. 5 to go. Not much of a sense of urgency with 3. The 2-pointers in from Connor Hull. And my apologies for the critical comment there. Sense of urgency wasn't needed as the buzzer-beating 2-point floater made there by Connor Hull. What a play. And what a first quarter, 17-12 in the second game of the first round of sectionals. Nathaniel and Tyler for WBTV Sports.
Meet Tommy. Tommy's not sure which sport he will play in high school someday. But no matter what he ends up choosing, playing sports in high school will help pave the way to a happier, healthier life. All Tommy needs to do is make up his mind. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. Pure launching pad for life.
(17-12) the score as we return to the court. The Mustangs, possession arrow in their favor. They will have the ball to start this second quarter.
Mustangs haven't scored for a while, about half that quarter. Went without scoring. Stars went on an 8-0 run there, take the lead by 5. See if they try to start this quarter as high as they did the first. Get a good, quick shot going.
The pass down low, stolen by McAtee after it went in between the legs of Jake Smith. Stoudemire for three. That one's made as well. Cortez Stoudemire from downtown. And we've pounded it into your guys' heads. That's his favorite spot, and it's shown. He's played very well.
Stoudemire's third three made already after not making a three versus Clinton Prairie. Obviously feeling it from downtown. Not afraid to shoot even after a slow night, and that's one thing that's got to happen if you want to be a consistent and good shooter.
Fountain Central needing some points. 3 balls missed. Rebounded by Morton. Fountain Central in danger of falling under a huge lead. Big deficit right now. It's at 8, and the Stars could extend that. Stoudemire wide open for 3. And that one, just barely missed. A little too strong, and a jump ball. Western Boone will have possession.
Good effort play there by Morton. Say that a lot throughout the course of a game. Goes up with the 6'3" Smith, about a 5-inch height advantage, if not more. Gets jump ball and gives the Stars possession again.
Stoudemire with the drive, with the double, rolls around and goes in.
Tough shot by Stoudemire. Already his 4th made field goal. His first 2-point field goal of the night, though, but he's in double digits, the first player to do so for either team.
10-point game. The Mustangs with the ball. Don't want to fall too far behind. Now, Carroll was behind a pretty big deficit against Rossville just about a couple hour and a half or so ago, and they were able to come back after a big third quarter, but ultimately lost the game by 2 possessions. Fountain Central definitely does not want to fall under too big of a deficit.
That'll be a big thing for the Stars as well. Fountain Central obviously got to get back into this game, not fall too far behind ever. At the same time, the Stars can't afford to get complacent and think, hey, we're up double digits, because as they saw in the first game, it can happen real easily coming back.
And the Stars should know that better than anyone else here in the sectional. They played from behind for a lot of their games so far this year. We mentioned playing some of that upper echelon talent.
Fountain Central doing a good job on defense right now, not allowing any shots. The Stars are fine. Taking their time finding that shot right there. Off by Stoudemire. Hull gets the rebound. Now it's going to be a foul on Linville. Team's 5th, and it's going to send Hull to the line for the first time tonight.
Fouls on the Mustangs. Number 14, Cody Linville. Going to be his first foul. Team
mentioned Hull's first shots at the night tonight, at the free throw line tonight. Down in the 40s early in the season, all the way up to 60. Good job being steadily raising that free throw percentage throughout the year.
Making the first is Hull. Into the game, we will see Cole Kirkpatrick. And, of course, that 6'6" man, Mason Larkin.
Larkin, a big size threat for the Mustangs and can shoot. Dual threat player, really. Stars didn't see him or any height for that matter. Cross player Jake Smith that played last game. Already a couple blocks, so imposing as well in the paint. Going to have to do that quite a bit more if Fountain Central wants a chance to get back into this game.
Hull 2 for 2 at the line, 24-12 the score. And Eberle tries to run through this offense, looking for a bigger sense of urgency from his O. Here's a 3 from Eberle, missed just to the right. Rebound, though, by the Mustangs. A deep 3. That one's missed as well. Not necessarily looking for the best shots, it appears, as this Stangs offense. And a jump ball on the rebound will give the Mustangs the ball.
Good effort there by Kirkpatrick going up again like Morton did. Going for the jump ball, going to retain possession for the Mustangs.
Tipping it out of bounds is Hull. Nice play, but still in Mustang possession, so we'll have a quick redo.
Not sure what's going on there.
Looked to be a problem with the bench of Fountain Central, but the inbound goes through successful. This offense running through its progressions. Going inside, Eberle back out. Here's a 3. No, Shaby with a 2 instead, but nowhere near where it needed to be. And the ball rolls on the floor. Eberle over to the corner. 3 ball made by Colton Robinson. Nice tray there to bring this game back into single-digit territory. Stoudemire. He'll go inside, looks for two, won't get it. And with the rebound, the big man, Larkin, will bring the ball up himself with the pass.
Good close out there by Hull. Shavy, known for his three-point shooting. Good job of getting around so he can't get a clean shot off, decides not to take it anyway.
Inside, Shavy misses the right-handed layup, rebound by Hull. Connor Hull surveys the floor, over to Stoudemire for triple. Missing the shot, put back is missed as well by Freeman, and Freeman will be called with a foul. Jake Jones awaiting his return to the game. Might we see him replace Freeman? That will happen.
Checking in for Western will be number 24, Jake Jones.
Only Freeman's first foul, but just a rough sequence there. Looking to get back on track as the Stars with Jake Jones now. Man-to-man defense still for the Stars. Here's a three from Shavy, but it's missed. Jones with a rebound foul will be assessed on that rebound with Cole Kirkpatrick.
It's going to be on Everly.
Number 30, Cole Kirkpatrick, going to be his second foul.
They're actually going to call that on Kirkpatrick, his second.
Connor Hull got the pass there. He's played pretty well today. Here's the three. Yes, sir. Guess who? Cortez Stoudemire with a huge scoring output. That's his 4th three of the game here. And we still have over half of a ball game to play.
And it's been big for the Stars that Stoudemire stepped up, made these 4 threes. Wright been out for a little while here. Early in the first quarter, got in foul trouble. A big source of offense for them, so the fact that they're able to get some offense going with Stoudemire, the main source, and keeping him hot throughout the game has been huge.
Yeah, and Stoudemire, like we said, didn't make a single three on Friday night's game last week against Clinton Prairie. He only had 12 total points. He already has 14 here tonight. Likely going to look to increase that total here before they head into halftime.
Shavy at the line, the first free throws of the night for the Mustangs. Interesting not to see them there. No shooting fouls by the Stars so far. Shavy on the year, a 59% free throw shooter. Team only shooting 57%.
Free throw made. Out goes the shooter. And coming in for his replacements, Cody Linville, but a timeout called by Fountain Central. And here, pretty fast pace of play, 27-17, already the score. The Stars, they've been pounding that scoreboard.
The Stars actually weird to think that they're a little bit below their scoring average on the season for a half, averaging 60 a game, only 27 right now, likely to make it there during a half. Fountain Central a little bit below theirs, averaging 46 a game. Stars about that 12, 13-point advantage per game. That's what we're seeing right now, but obviously Fountain Central want to get back in this game, get within single digits by the end of the half.
Now, you mentioned earlier the Stars cannot play with complacency here. They got to make sure that they keep their pedal to the metal here on offense just to make sure this lead doesn't slip away.
Burkett, I'm sure, has instilled in this team no complacency. They've done it themselves, how easy it is to get back into a game. 10 points quickly get scored by any team who gets feeling hot, so get that lead as large as possible in case that run does come, and then he's still got some cushion.
Stoudemire with a double team, must get it off, and he will, to Connor Hull. McT will go inside, pass out to Morton, and here's Hull for three. Yes, sir. The Stars humming from all cylinders. They cannot miss 30 points already.
Cole, one of the main three-point shooters on this year. There's quite a few for the Stars. He's shooting 40% on the year, actually the highest percentage of anyone on the team. Everly going to get an and one there, though. Foul on Morton, his first Everly basket count and a free throw chance.
Connor Hull shooting around 30% from that area of the floor. As the total mentioned, around 40. He's been shooting very well from three. And now in comes the game. Back is Andrew Shaby. We're going to see Everly at the line for one free throw opportunity. To make it a 10-point game, it will stay at 11. Connor Hull races up the right side of the court. Here's Stoudemire with a triple. Yes, that one's in as well. Cortez cannot miss. Shakes his head and smiles to his teammates. All five of these guys are in the zone, and Spencer Wright hasn't even had to make any contributions here to this game.
Spencer Wright, I'm sure, itching to get back in that game, get that lead as wide as possible. No, he'll be a huge help. His physicality and ability to get in there, has a nose for the ball, be good for the Stars.
Everly with a pass over to the corner, but must back things up. Is this offensive Fountain Central?
I mean, offensive foul there, likely on Smith.
Fouls on the Mustangs, number 44. Jake Smith, going to be Smith's second foul. Team
second foul called against Smith. The seventh one, I believe, yes, that's the seventh one. The Stars are in the bonus, but don't get bonus shots because it was an offensive foul. Stars with about a minute 15 to work with here, and they're taking their time. .60 seconds to go in the first half.
Stars passing around here and no rush. It's the only thing about this zone is Fountain Central having to make those rotations.
Now a lot of pressure from this defense, but Stoudemire will travel and turn the ball over with 40.3 seconds. Now for the Mustangs to close in on that lead before half.
Mustangs likely going to try to get a quick basket, see if they can get a turnover, get two baskets going into this half. Just a little indecision there by Stoudemire. I don't see that often. Couldn't decide if he was going to end up trying to drive there or pull the three.
In comes Everly. The shot does not count. Foul called before it left his fingers.
Foul's going to be on Morton again, his second.
And now both teams in the 1-1 bonus.
Fouls on the Stars, number 12, Derek Morton, going to be his second.
And this one will be one of those circumstances, 1-1.
1-1 is Everly.
Everly 0 for 2 on free throws today. Misses the open end at 1-1. Gives the Stars a chance to take that last shot of the first half.
Stoudemire with the drive and the shot. Foul will be called. And Stoudemire will be sent to the line for two. The one positive that Stoudemire can take from last Friday's game was that he shot 100% from the free throw line. We look to continue that here. Shot missed. In comes Weathington for Morton.
Wellington's first action of the game. Stars got to be careful here not to get a foul on a shot.
Both of those free throws missed. Can't fault Stoudemire too much, though, with the big scoring output he has. The clock goes to 0 in the second quarter of play. Looking at scoreboard, 33-19 is the score. And the hosting Western Boone Stars ahead of the Fountains Central Mustangs. Both these teams with 10 wins. One team will advance, the other will head home. We'll find out which here after this break, and stay tuned for halftime, because after a word from a few of our advertisers, you will hear an exclusive interview with Coach Burkett of the Western Boone Stars. With that,
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Meet Tommy. Tommy's not sure which sport he will play in high school someday. But no matter what he ends up choosing, playing sports in high school will help pave the way to a happier, healthier life. All Tommy needs to do is make up his mind. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. Pure launching pad for life.
Are you a fan of exciting action, great sporting atmosphere, and good displays of sportsmanship?
I am definitely a fan.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
hello everybody, welcome here to our halftime show. Nathaniel Finch for WBTV and the Western Boone head coach, first year, Coach Burkett. Here we're going to have a quick interview, talk about our first question, Coach. The Stars play a really tough schedule throughout the year. Teams like Zionsville, Westfield, and of course a lot of really good teams in the Sagamore Conference we have to go against. How does that really shape your team for sectionals here, facing all those really tough teams?
You know, we've played against a lot of quality coaches, quality players. A lot of teams have a lot of size, so night in and night out, it's going to be a grind for us in preparation and trying to become a better team individually and together at what we do against opponents that are really, really good is going to just, we call it battle tested. So we're going to be battle tested for this sectional tournament.
Yeah, and one of the sectional opponents that you could be facing, if the Stars get past the win tonight, they will face Clinton Prairie on Friday, and Clinton Prairie, team you lost to last Friday. What all can you pull away from that game? That was the loss when you traveled to Clinton Prairie, tied at 21 in the first half, and then the wheels kind of fell off.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it very well offensively. I thought we needed to attack the basket a little bit more. We probably settled too much from three-point range offensively, and then defensively we took off some matchups that maybe we need to do a better job with, and some adjustments we need to make. And fortunately, we get a practice. You know, hopefully we win against Fountain Central and then take on Clinton Prairie on Friday. We'll take some of those adjustments that we make from practice, and we know their player personnel really, really well, and that doesn't change. Who they play is who they play, and so we're going to have to take away their shooters and get stops, but we've also got to make shots. You're not going to win games shooting 25%, so we've got to shoot it better.
Of course. And coming into this season, you had that football season of Western Boone, went all the way to state championship game. You didn't have most of your players until about a week before games started. How has that really affected your guys' play, starting out 0-3, and then you've really started to rally the troops here in your first year head coaching?
I think just getting their legs early on, because basketball shape and football shape are very different. That's a big thing. And then shooting-wise, it's not easy to go from not shooting very much to jumping in the gym, and now you're playing against, like we said, a brutal schedule against opponents who have been on the floor shooting the basketball a lot. So we saw early where we struggled making shots, but we've settled in offensively. We didn't shoot very well last Friday, but for the most part, we've gotten better, and our percentages have improved as the season's gone on.
And finally, for sectionals, you're one of the first teams to play, and there's all the way games Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. How do you prepare for sectionals? You could be one of the teams to advance, but you don't want to look too far ahead.
You know, I wouldn't say we got the best draw. It's nice to get a bye. You get to prepare for 2 teams instead of 3. But we played the last 2 weeks of the season. We played 3 games, and we played 3 games again. So it's something that we've done already, but you got to take it a game at a time. So that short turnaround, you get used to the Friday, Saturdays as the season go on, but that Tuesday kind of throws you for a loop a little bit. So we've got to get ready for that game, and then you kind of got to jump right in next day, or even that evening. We'll get ready for Clinton Prairie and then whoever we may face on Saturday. But our coaches have been watching a lot of film, and we'll be able to watch everybody. Everybody plays on site, so it's kind of an awesome feel. There's good environments, so we've got to just stay in the gym and watch. And a lot of times parents will hang around and players will hang around, and they actually get to see it firsthand, so that helps in the scouting process too.
Well, Coach, good luck this postseason, and hopefully you can have some continued success into the next few weeks. Coach Burka here of Western Boone. We'll go back to the game after a word from a few of our advertisers.
Are you a fan of amazing spirit, incredible drama, and affordable ticket prices?
I'm definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value. Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. A state of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
The pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We are evaluating 3-piece for Robertson and Larkin. Going over the stars. Caleb Freeman, a basket to his name. Spencer Wright, 3 points. That dunk, as you mentioned, in the very first basket of the game. Then another free throw. Didn't play at all in the second quarter. Wasn't needed to. They're up big. Didn't want to get him in foul trouble. He's going to start this half, though. Then we go to Jonathan McAtee and Connor Hall, both 4 points apiece. And then leading all scorers for the game, Cortez Stoudemire, 17 points. And Nathaniel when you have one player scoring almost as much as the entire team you're facing, it's a real advantage, obviously.
The Stars start this drive off now with the ball. Stoudemire for 3 early. That shot's missed from the corner. Rebound by Wright and McAtee.
Stoudemire almost banked that in from the baseline. It's not something you see often.
Wright will drive inside looking to put some points to his name. Ball goes out of bounds but remains Western Boone possession.
It was actually a really smart play by Wright. Got up in the air, didn't have anywhere to go, so just threw it off of Smith. Instead of getting that travel call, obviously going to be Stars ball still.
Here's a 2-point bounce from Spencer Wright.
Yeah, good bank shot there by Wright on the run. Hard to hit those bank shots from that area. He does it pretty well, though. Gets his second basket of the game.
Wright's tasked with guarding the 6'6" Larkin. Here's a shot, goes in from Eberly.
Yeah, good contested layup there by Eberly. Get the Mustangs on the ball in this first minute of play in the third quarter.
McAtee for 3, left wing, shot missed.
Looks like his shot may got tipped a little bit just by the spin on the ball there. Either tipped his finger or tipped the ball, but nevertheless it's going to be off, and Pound Central's going to restart their possession.
Found Central looking for points on the drive. They will get it by the left hand of Colton Robinson.
Robinson only 4 points a game on the season. Hit a couple shots in this game. Then you see Jake Jones get fouled by Smith. That's going to be his third. Likely see him out of the game for a while. Jake Jones' opportunity to score his first points of the game.
On the Mustangs, number 44, Jake Smith.
Smith will be called with his third foul and likely will be replaced here. Didn't quite catch the number. I believe it was Cole Kirkpatrick. Yes, it will be.
Checking in for the Mustangs.
Jake Jones misses that first free throw, 70% on the year, right around that average for the team. No one really too far above or below average except for Marcus Stepp, who's shooting 20% on the year, and then Cortez Stoudemire above, shooting about 80% on the year.
Here's the Mustangs offense. Running back and forth, looking for points again, but he's blocked. With the shot was Robinson, and the block was Cortez Stoudemire. What a play from him.
Yeah, don't see a lot of block from Stoudemire. Good job going up with Robinson, though. Clean block. Almost looked like it could have been Western Boone ball. Consensus is going to retain possession, though.
Jake Jones with a steal off of the pass from Shavy. And let's see the Stars offense now. A lot of open looks from 3. None to be taken yet, but here it will be. The tray is missed by Connor Hull. Put back, missed, too strong on the layup.
Looked like Jones was expecting contact there from Larkin, or attempted block. Kind of faded away as he shot the layup.
A 3 from the corner, shot missed by Larkin. And those 3-pointers not his strong suit. Here's Jones for 3. Pecks that, but it's too strong.
And then Hull and Wright, a little bit miscommunication.
Maybe another 3-pointer, still missed. Rebound by Stoudemire. Exchanging some missed shots. This one likely to go in, and it will. What a play. The alley-oop from Wright and Cortez Stoudemire. Timeout will be called by the Stars.
Good lob there from Wright, from Stoudemire to Wright. Seen that the other way, Wright to Stoudemire a couple times this year. And just that connection between a quarterback receiver, obviously played 4 years together in sports. Just that chemistry that all these seniors built together, a real advantage in sectional play like this.
Now, we tried to get some scores in here from around the conference, from around other sectionals. Andy Hoskins, it's his birthday today. It was going to be his. He was planning on being our scoring our official score here tonight, but just not able to find some scores here. We'll see if we can continue to find some scores. Maybe Lebanon has a bye tonight, but Tri-West plays Crawfordsville tonight. Some other Sagamore Conference teams in action, as well as taking a peek, a bit of an early peek, but taking a look into Sectional 40, who will play the winner of Sectional 38 at LaPel next Saturday. Game in the morning, game in the evening. Still plenty of basketball to be played before those teams are determined. Here with the block is Spencer Wright, called with his third foul. And Coach Burkett's pretty upset with that.
Foul goes against number 21, Spencer Wright. That'll be Wright's third foul, team first.
Spencer Wright trying to give his case, but of course to no avail. Down goes Stoudemire. Three is up and in by Colton Robinson. Stoudemire for a three from the left side. Looked like he was fouled, but nothing called on the missed shot. Put back is in. Man on the ground is Everly. Slowly gets up, and a lot of contact from that whole area of the floor, and nothing called. Ultimately 2 points from Connor Holden. A nice jump shot. Just a reminder, you're watching this on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, WBTV Sports, and you'll get notifications if you sign up for them anytime we go live with a new broadcast.
As I mentioned, Hull with that nice turnaround jumper after about 3 stars had a chance for that.
Offensive foul. The Stars will have the ball. Second foul called against the Mustangs.
First against Everly tonight. Offensive foul looked like a little bit of an illegal screen. Stars going to bring the ball up now, up 14.
Here's Jake Jones looking for two, and he gets it. A nice power move down low to secure a double.
Good job by Jones there to use his body against taller Larkin. Gets that little bump in. Clean play, but gives him space for the layup.
Stoudemire being thrown around, and he is very upset. And he was sent to the ground twice within about a 4-second span. A three from the corner from Jonathan McAtee.
Shot there by McAtee, his first three-pointer of the game. Stars starting to expand this lead a little bit. The first basket of the night for Kirkpatrick after the rebound. Wright couldn't go for a contested shot there. Didn't want to pick up that fourth foul.
Spencer Wright from three, left wing. It's in.
3-point basket. Number 21, Spencer Wright.
A timeout called by Fountain Central. And with that, we will take a timeout up here as well and be back shortly after a word from the IHSAA.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass through. A journey completed. A state of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Waiting to resume action here on WBTV Sports. Nathaniel and Tyler bringing you all of tonight's action of this game, Western Boone versus Fountain Central. The winner will play Clinton Prairie, 7:30 on Friday. The game before that's already been established. It will be Rossville playing against Seeger. Rossville, the overwhelming favorite in that game. Here's a quick three. Draining it is Andrew Shaby.
Shaby second of the game. Good play call. Eller out of the timeout, gets the Stars an easy, or Mustangs an easy basket.
Offensive foul called on Jake Jones. The Mustangs will have the ball.
Fouls on Husker Boone's number 24, Jake Jones, his second, team second.
Everly will bring up the ball for his team. Mustangs need some points. 2:19 to go. Here's the steal. Connor Hull in tow and one. In tow was Colton Robinson. Connor Hull ahead, got the points, picked up the foul in an and one play. We'll see if it's successful.
Robinson's first foul, team third. Basket's good at the line is Hull.
From the free throw line, and one missed, rebounded by the Mustangs, and Jake Smith, the lone senior, he's 6'3". Caleb Freeman awaits his return at the next dead ball. Deep three wanted, but didn't take it inside. Here's Shaby. Jones goes to the ground, but the shot is good. 50-33 now the score. Stoudemire inside, right hand, floats it. Oh, he makes it. How did he do that? And Cortez Stoudemire might need to be a little careful. He's getting thrown around a lot on the floor. Putback is in by Mason Larkin.
It's convenient timing for Larkin there. We're going to call a fourth foul on Spencer Wright.
He will almost surely head to the bench. Weddington to replace him, and Jones will take a seat as well.
The Mustangs checking in is number 30, Cole Kirkpatrick. Also entering is number 14, Cody Linville.
We see Linville and Kirkpatrick onto the floor for the Mustangs.
Wright likely going to be out for a long period of this game with 4 fouls now.
And his services, they've been pretty much unneeded to this point. He's chipped in quite a bit, but the Stars have been able to replace his performance with the performance of a lot of other guys. Hull's got a few threes. McAtee's shooting well. We'll see how that loss affects the Stars. Here's they're trying to hold on to a 52-35 lead. Ball bounces around but retained possession. Inside. Shaby, that is, misses the shot. McAtee races up the court. His team has numbers. Stop, shoots, and he makes.
Through the contact McAtee makes there. Good floater.
45 seconds to go in the third. A deep three missed by Shaby. Way downtown, ill-advised shot. And now Cortez Stoudemire has the ball, looks up at the clock, sees he's got 30 seconds left, and we'll back things up and just slow it down. Jonathan McAtee pass down to Freeman, back to McAtee, score 54-35. It'll stay that way with 5 seconds to go, and a foul called at 3.4. Freeman to the line. No, it'll actually be an inbound. But the fourth foul called against the Mustangs, second foul against Everly, and now Cortez Stoudemire has 3.4 seconds to draw up a quick shot. 3 seconds over the top of his defender, missed. That was Hull being guarded closely by Shaby. Andrew Shaby's played pretty well to this point, and Hull as well. We will take a break. We'll be back here shortly to get underway for the fourth quarter of play.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Back to the floor we go here in just a few moments. 54-35 the score. Wellington will inbound over the hole, and the Stars will start off this quarter with the ball as they did the last. Stoudemire right wing, closely guarded. He will get the pass off. Stoudemire backs up, and the Stars being faced with quite a bit of good defense here early into this quarter. In goes Hull, stops, shoots, misses. Ball high up in the air, and a foul called. A couple guys on the floor, one for each team. It to be Kirkpatrick and Freeman. Foul goes against Kirkpatrick.
30, Cole Kirkpatrick, his third, team fifth.
And now 2 more fouls against the Mustangs, and the Stars will be shooting bonus points.
Stars going to dribble around. Don't have to take any shot. Don't have to rush anything here.
The shot made there, good one by Stoudemire, 57-35. And there we go, we got a final score. Frankfort played Greencastle. Greencastle team that beat the Stars by 1 point earlier in the season. Frankfort wins 50-48. Bit of a shocker there looking at your face, Tyler. Really, Greencastle the favorite going into that game. And Frankfort pulls out a win in sectionals.
It's a couple consecutive Sagamore Conference losses for the Tiger Club. Lost to North Montgomery to end the season.
Everly will be fouled, it appears, as he was playing pinball in the paint.
There's going to be 2 quick fouls on McAtee.
Jonathan McAtee, going to be McAtee's second foul, team fifth.
Three miss. Rebound by Connor Hull. Pass deflected by the backboard, and now Everly with a rebound. Gets over to Shaby. One-hand pass. Jumpers missed. This defense limiting the opportunities from 3 here as of late. Of course, the Stars shot very well early, but here in the fourth quarter, they've had to settle for a lot of passes. Stoudemire will go inside, must go out. Nice collapse there under the basket.
Stars not concerned at all, just going to do what they've been doing this entire time.
Wellington's fouled on his way up to the basket. Blocking foul called. Look to be against Mason Larkin. No, they'll change that call to Cole Kirkpatrick.
Cole Kirkpatrick, his fourth, team sixth. At the line shooting.
Fourth foul called against him. He will most definitely be sent to the bench. You might not see him the rest of the game the way he's been racking up fouls. A little shaken up as well.
Wellington first opportunity of the night for some points. 64% from the free throw line. Misses that first one, though.
Entering the lineup for the Mustangs, checking back in is number 44, Jake Smith.
Shot made by Weathington. Wright will come into the game now.
Wright looking to play conservative there. 4 fouls for Wright. Can't pick up that last one.
(57-35) the score. The team in white is down on the scoreboard, but they have the ball. The Mustangs of Fountain Central looking for a big comeback here late. And that was a risky pass, but we will have a foul called first.
It's going to be a foul on McAtee, his third in this quarter alone. Both teams 1 foul away from free throws now.
With the inbound over to Shavy. Some pressure applied by Stoudemire. Little over 5 to go. Stars with the ball. Stoudemire looks up at the scoreboard, maybe or up at the basket. That is, maybe earlier in the game he would have taken that shot, but no need to really force things. Just look for that good shot, get a quality 2-pointer. Here's Weathington, contorts his body and picks up the foul on his way after scoring on that layup. What a play by Brett Weathington.
Fouls on the Mustangs, number 14. That's Cody Linville, going to be his second, team 7. At the line shooting is Weathington.
Wellington gonna miss that free throw, and you're gonna see Mustangs likely try to start pushing some stuff, hoist up some deep threes. Just a last-ditch effort down 24 here.
And number 5, Andrew Shavy, likely going to be the one to shoot majority of those threes. He's on the right wing with the pass tipped up. Stolen by the duo of Wright over to Stoudemire. Ball sent out of bounds. Western Boone possession. Looks like Carson Eberly disagrees with that call. On to the bench will be Linville, and Colton Robinson, the early game starter, comes back onto the floor. Halfway through the fourth quarter with the drive and the and one. That foul looked like it might have been a foul called on the floor. It was definitely, the whistle was blown quite a bit before the ball left the hand of Stoudemire, but they'll give him the and one anyway. Here is his third point on the drive, but missed.
Rare to see. Stoudemire's missed 3 free throws, only shooting 25% on the game, 1 for 4 right now.
Yeah, but he's made up for it with his three-point prowess and really just his opportunities, creating plays for everyone on the floor tonight. Pass goes awry. It is Western Boone ball.
About halfway through this fourth quarter, turnover starting to affect the Mustangs, trying to get those quick plays, just can't quite right now.
Getting his own rebounds, Freeman, but misses 2 straight. Weathington's blocked. Here's a 3 from the right wing, missed. Dialed up a pretty open shot, just a little rush there by Everly. Some games going on tonight. Southmont will play North Putnam. We mentioned the Greencastle and Frankfort game ending. Tomorrow, Tri-West will face off against Crawfordsville, and then Danville will play Monrovia. Some Sagamore Conference teams there in action today and tomorrow. Lebanon, as we mentioned, will get the bye. Here's a 3, missed.
Star's doing a good job. Since halfway through the first quarter, the Mustangs had 12 points, only 23 in the next 2.5 quarters, almost 3.
Ball goes out of bounds. Western Boone will retain possession, or excuse me, Fountain Central. Under 3 to go. 61-35. This game looking very similar to the final score of the last time these two teams met. Foul called against Wethington.
Western Boone's number 23, Brett Wethington, his first foul, team 7. At the line with the 1-and-1 for the Mustangs is Larkin.
We're going to see Larkin at the line for the first time for the Mustangs tonight. 63% on the year.
Shot from the line's made. Both teams in that 1-on-1 bonus.
Checking back in for the Stars, number 12, Garrett Morton.
Morton comes in. Will send Freeman to the bench. I've been a big fan of how Morton's played lately, especially on defense. A very aggressive defender. I'd like to see that continue here in the next 2 minutes and 48 seconds of tonight's game.
Looks like Spencer Wright's going to go to the free throw line after an over-the-back call on Robinson. It's actually going to be Wethington at the line.
Second foul, team 9 at the line with the 1-and-1 is Wethington.
Making his first, he'll get a second opportunity. Brett Wethington.
Entering the lineup for Western Boone, number 5, Marcus Step.
Foul call there, the push on defense.
Foul on Step, going to send Robinson to the line. Robinson, 42% on the year as a free throw shooter.
Quick score here. North Putnam defeats Southmont 81-72. One of the first teams to fall out of sectionals is Southmont in the Sagamore Conference. What a shot, yeah, from Jonathan McAtee, the right-hand floater. And shot like those that he's really been able to put on a show here in the last few games, last 5 or 6. It's got Coach Burkett really happy with his performance.
I'm going to see a second foul on Step. We're already just about 20 seconds in the game. He's going to send Robinson to the free throw line again.
Entering for the Mustangs, number 14, Cody Linville.
Linville comes into the lineup, sends Larkin to the bench. Here at the line is Robinson. Free throw missed. Rebound by Eberly, but stolen on the foul, actually. Spencer Wright will be sent to the bench for the last time tonight, as he has fouled out with 5 fouls. Doesn't matter, though, because Coach Burkett was going to take him out anyway. Here's 3 JV players with Mitch Miller, Seth McClaskey, and Connor Garrity. And now the 5 players that are on the floor right now for Western Boone: Mitch Miller, Connor Garrity, Seth McClaskey, and then the other 2, Garrett Morton, and then finally Marcus Stepp. Last 2-14 belongs to them in tonight's sectional play. Now the Stars, assuming they win this game, a pretty fair assumption here, they will host Clinton Prairie on Friday at 7:30. And Clinton Prairie, we mentioned previously, defeated them just this last week pretty handily. And for the Stars, you got to feel a lot better. After shooting only 25% last Friday, they played very well here today. Here's a 3-point ball from Stepp. So the Stars, they got to go in with a little bit of confidence here on Friday, knowing that they may not have played their best last Friday, but here today, playing very well, shooting well in all facets of the game, and free throw shooting is actually one of their weak points.
Eberly down again.
Another hit to the head after he had one earlier on the other side of the court. Likely going to see the last of Carson Eberly here today. Fountain Central will end their season 10-15 here in a minute 38. Retiring 2 seniors. One of them we saw starting, Jake Smith. The other one, number 34, Denton Otero. Didn't really see him much, 6'2". And just a reminder, as we're here on a break, subscribe to our channel, WBTV Sports, on YouTube. And if you click that notification bell, you will be notified via notification through the app, via email, however you have it set up through YouTube, to give you the link anytime that we go live with the broadcast, including this coming Friday against Clinton Prairie. Looking at some of our viewership here, some comments. Rich Wright, hello from Key Largo. Davis Brunny, of course, watching again from Mott Hill in the mountains of West Virginia. Davis Brunny always watching our broadcasts here. We've got Jenny Peters saying best of luck to both teams. Tamara Cox, let's go Weibo, get a win, you got this. And finally, Tori Grimes supporting the Stars from Bloomington. Thank you to everyone commenting tonight on the stream. Here for WBTV Sports, Nathaniel Finch and Tyler Brunny.
Also entry number 33, Carter Merriman.
We've got Ray Duncan coming onto the floor. Carter Merriman comes onto the floor, both here for Fountain Central, as well as Emmanuel Broadus, number 42. And coming back here shortly will be Denton Otero. That other senior we talked about doesn't get a whole lot of playing time. He, after this dead ball, will be able to get a little bit more time here to end his season and end his career as a Mustang. Timeout called by Fountain Central.
Timeout, Fountain Central for a substitution.
Likely just to get Otero into the game, as we mentioned. Just a substitution timeout, so no time will elapse before we get back into action. 64-38 the score with a minute 13 to go. The inbound pass going up strong for 2. Basket made by Ray Duncan. In for a layup. Shot's good as he goes to the ground. It's Garrett Morton. In on defense was Carter Merriman. That was a pretty nice play for Morton. His little brother, of course, Lucas Morton. A good player here for Western Boone the last few years. 3-point specialist. Now in his freshman year of college. McClaskey all smiles, gets the ball with 30 seconds left in today's sectional action. Backing things up is Morton. 22 seconds. Baradas applying pressure. Step with the ball.
Start's going to run out the clock here.
Two seconds to go. The buzzer will sound, and that will end the season of Fountain Central. 10-14 they go, and they end their schedule here with 3 straight losses. Southmont, Clinton Prairie, and the Stars. That will end the careers of Jake Smith and Denton Otero, as well as for Western Boone. Here, their schedule now, they will play in this very gym, their hosting gym, on Friday night, 7:30 against Clinton Prairie. Tyler, let's look at some of our scores here.
All right, looking at Fountain Central first, 40 points for the Mustangs. 2 points apiece for Cole Kirkpatrick, Ray Duncan. And we go up, we have 4 points for Jake Smith, 6 points for Mason Larkin, 8 points apiece from Colt Robinson and Carson Everly, and finally leading scorer, the only one in double digits for the Mustangs today, Andrew Shabby. We go look at the Stars. A lot of balance scoring, a lot of players in the scoring book today. 2 points apiece for Morton, Freeman, 3 points for Jones, 4 points for Weddington, 8 for Connor Hall. 3 Stars in the double digits. Spencer Wright struggled with the fouls, still managed to put up 10 points on the game. Jonathan McAtee, as you mentioned, continuing that good streak, about 4 or 5 now double-digit games in a row, 11 points for him. Cortez Stoudemire leading all scorers with 25, 17 of those coming in the first half.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway for Western Boone is that they showed that they can make baskets. Last Friday, they missed a lot of unpressured baskets, especially from 3. Now they can go into Friday's game with at least a little bit of confidence, knowing that they have what it takes to shoot if they were given those open shots. The final score here, 66-40. Technical director Austin Smothers. Running our camera today is Richie Brown. Thank you, Richie, for coming in a pinch today. Tyler Browning, of course, color commentator. Nathaniel Finch running the play-by-play. As always, big thank you to the viewers for watching tonight. The IHSAA for approving us to broadcast sectional games here. Big thank you to our sponsors, the Marsh, Young, and Conyer families. That's it, 66-44 the score. We will talk to you guys on Friday night for the latter game of 2 in the second round of 2A Sectional 38 Indiana High School basketball.